Welcome back, fellas.
Yeah, welcome back.
Welcome back,
where the
fellas.
heck were you? So
we were waiting for you, and you left us waiting.
okay, so we're going to react to Kamala Harris and Tim Walz on tacos, music, and the future of America.
Man, they're so relatable. I can't get over it.
Were we just really white there for a sec? I do want to make one thing clear at the very start of this video, because I've only watched the first 15 seconds. I thought the 15 seconds was the whole skit where they talk about spice.
That's the whole thing. They had a whole day out.
I didn't realize this was a full, nearly 10-minute video. So I thought, oh, we gotta see this. So many people love it. It's so genuine.
Everybody
too.
knows that everybody
So
loves.
organic. Start recording on OBS.
This is the big reaction, fellas.
All right.
We're gonna win this. We're gonna do this, Joe.
What do you mean win this? We're gonna win this.
We're gonna
reaction.
win this. She's looking at him really longingly. Like, I'm just saying, I don't know.
I think she's ready to cheat on her husband.
Her husband, who she does not have the last name of,
right.
might want to watch out.
Yeah.
She's looking longingly at Tim Walz.
All right, so here we go.
He has really Bernie hair there.
3, 2, 1.
I talk about it being halftime in America. We're a touchdown down, and I kind of like the idea of being a little bit behind.
Well, I'm looking at Coach Walz right now.
He's got strong perv energy.
Jeez.
They're so relatable.
Like I have white guy tacos and
What is
like
that?
black.
Oh
Like
man,
mayonnaise
self-deprecation
and tuna? What are you
instantly.
doing?
Much ground
Instant
beef
white
and
guy
cheese.
self-deprecation.
That's okay. Do you
Yeah.
put any flavor in it?
No. Here's the deal. You know, they said to be careful and let her know this, that black pepper is the top of the spice level in Minnesota, you know.
I'm the first.
Now, I want to quickly point out that that's a complete lie, and the first indication that most of this is probably fake, because he's won multiple awards for cooking in Minnesota multiple years in a row, so he clearly knows what spices are. It's just
No, he's just
total
He's a
act.
white guy. He can't take it. He makes his tacos not spicy. You see how insulted she was? She, and as we all know, black. What I don't know what race she's supposed to. I keep blocking the camera. What race she's supposed to be, but anymore. But I'll say this: nobody knows about spice and flavor like Kamala Harris.
Okay.
First vice president, I believe, who has ever grown chili peppers.
I'm
You
trying
know
to
what?
expand
We'll figure
my
that-
my food knowledge.
You know what? We've got some cantaloupes. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Was she
So
what?
I
I
called
was hoping
you.
that
Tim.
you wouldn't have
You got some cantaloupes for your tacos.
Two big
You didn't
cantaloupes.
answer, Tim.
I know.
What happened?
The most important call of
Why
my
is she
life,
laughing?
It popped up and we didn't recognize the caller ID, and it went to voicemail.
Hi, this is Tim. I'm not able to answer.
There you go.
They're trying
so
to
authentic.
they're trying to rehabilitate that this was an actual unscripted thing that happened.
Isn't that what happened to JD Vance where he missed the call though? I don't know if they're stealing that from him or if this is an actual story that they're recreating in 4K. But I just think that's kind of interesting.
Thank you.
Hey, Tim, it's Kamala. I really want to
Stop
talk
yelling,
to
you old hag.
It is an amazing privilege for me. Also, I'm excited. I just want to be part of the excitement that you're generating.
Well, we're doing it
Oh, yeah,
together,
the
buddy.
excitement.
We're doing it together. How have these last couple of days been for you?
I can see where the energy comes. America is a hopeful country.
Indeed.
People are excited.
In every one of those
What is-
groups,
he does these little, like,
thousands,
I don't know.
sometimes over 10,000 people.
The editing's
exactly
really
where
weird
is
on this.
America.
Yeah, like
People
it like
from
jumps between like
cuts are so
rural
random
areas,
and quick.
urban areas
Yeah.
of every stripe and size and background. This is who
Every
we
what
are
in
as
size?
America, and we're all in
every
it
stripe and
together.
size.
And in this campaign,
Is that a reference to the gay flag?
the only way
I
we
guess so.
win is to keep the pedal to the metal for these next many, many days that we have. So, Tim,
I think that's a reference to how much she's going to be drinking over the next
Yeah,
many, many
we're
days.
gonna. What the heck?
Wait,
is that,
okay.
what is that a picture of up there on the top left?
It's blurry. I'm going to go back.
I don't know.
How
It's
do
a
you
little
go?
bit off to me.
How do you go back?
Back arrow.
what's your relationship to music?
Yeah. For
Isn't
me,
it just
it
the arrow?
Tim, what's your relationship to music?
Yeah.
Man, the only way we win is to keep the pedal to the metal for these next many, many days that we have.
Jeez, her eyes
Man,
are
her
so
eyes are they're like sucking into her nose, and her nose is getting bigger.
So, Tim,
So I don't know.
what's your relationship to music?
Yeah. For me, the transformational piece of music was Bruce Springsteen's The River.
Okay.
Which is a journey. You know all the tracks.
Yeah.
And I'm that guy.
Yeah.
My first car, it's the summer 1980. Been
Her
saving
smile,
up.
she's
I
trying
buy
so
a
hard.
1973 orange Chevy
He's a
Camaro.
little bit weirded
Got
out.
an 8-track player in it.
He's like
Previous
trying to be
owner
normal,
left
and she's like,
Bob Seger's Night Moves in there. I listened to it, and it's kind of the soundtrack.
She
of
has
my
no idea
life
what he's talking about.
Detroit's own Bob Seger.
she has
But
no
what's really
idea
great
what he's
about this
talking
is
about.
I have a
She's
79
so fake.
International with my car. It's got an 8-track player in it. I have a very 8-track.
She's
to
trying
this
so
day.
hard.
You're kidding me.
No, but
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, you have something from the
Wait,
80s.
wait, wait.
I mean,
What
Aretha. My,
But you.
The mood
Urethra.
change.
Wait, she just said urethra.
No, she's.
so all these albums here. I mean, Aretha. My
Oh,
mother.
no.
had
Aretha, sorry.
Every Aretha album, and like our Christmas
stuff hearing
gift to my
Aretha.
mother, her birthday gift was always like, "What's the latest Aretha Franklin record?"
So it's on vinyl in your house as a
all of it, all that and Stevie, and then Miles. And my dad loved jazz, and so it was Miles. It was Coltrane, one of my personal favorite musicians. For when I was younger, was Prince.
3 minutes and 8 seconds exactly. This frame of her face speaks to me on so many levels.
It just
Jeez
speaks. It
Louise.
speaks volumes.
Man, there's so much makeup on her face. She literally looks like a clown. How does this not look like
She
a
has
clown
that mouth.
demon?
The
Okay, if I was her advisor, I'd say less makeup, because this is just horrifying.
this is the last thing you see
extra
before you
emphasis
wake up
on the
from a
horror.
nightmare.
All right, 308. And
Younger was Prince. And of course, from
He's like,
your,
"Whoa,
from your
Prince."
state. And he, you know, in fact, I'll tell you, so my husband Doug and I'm more of a hip hop girl.
Yeah.
He's more of Depeche Mode.
Oh yeah. Oh, but at the same
but
time.
yeah, I'm
yeah,
sure
yeah,
you
no,
and
no,
he
of
like the same
course.
music.
Of course.
Is this some more deprecation? I'm sure you like
know,
the
in
same
Venn
music,
diagram,
you
right?
has-beens.
Prince, he and I love the same, because I mean,
Yeah.
talk about how Prince was with that guitar, man. I almost know by heart every one of those songs.
I feel like a
Those
trip to
songs.
Paisley Park is going to happen here if the staff
It's on my bucket list, I'll tell you
good.
that. Tell me about
Her neck, man.
Your
So much
dad.
skin in that neck.
and his influence on you.
Yeah.
He served our country. You have served for our country for
gosh.
so many years.
Not
I was
those.
19. My little brother, I think, was eight or nine when he passed. He was a chain smoker. Yeah, just addicted. They got it, but he Korean War era. And
Oh, she's
that
like, I
generation
care
had
so
been pretty
much.
Stoic.
She's
After he
like-
died. My mom was a stay-at-home.
She's almost like hiding the
She became
smile.
a rock, and now
She's
she
like
had
trying
go
not to
out and get
laugh.
work because
It's like,
the
oh,
medical
sorry that
and
your
Social Security.
brother died.
Social Security survivor benefits. We're fine pulling ourselves up.
Why is she
by the
always fighting the
bootstraps. We have
smile
boots.
so hard?
That's the boots.
You
And
see
it's
little
survival,
cheek dimples like she's
literally.
fighting it.
It's
She's like,
survival. We all paid it back. So programs that are just fundamental to keeping people from dropping into poverty, but to live with dignity. You keep talking about that.
We got to help people get through a hard time. We can't have a country and policies that let people fall through the cracks. I love what you have done with your life. You were coaching a
Now I'm
high
laughing
school.
like
her
Kamala.
response to, like, he was talking about people in poverty
She's like,
and
we
all
gotta-
and chain smokers and this just list of terrible things, and she's like, we have to help people through a hard time.
oh, Kamala. You know what? You might be the funniest presidential candidate. She might be funnier than Trump.
Jeez.
But it's not like it's supposed to be funny. Man, she's always like got this like, I don't know, her face is so tight. Look at the neck like tendons all activated.
She's
like,
gonna
was it-
age so unbelievably hard.
She might age worse than Nancy Pelosi, especially if she like actually won.
Yeah.
She
Her
imagine how
life's over if she wins.
old she'd be.
She can barely handle it now. She's already drinking a
Like
lot,
people talk about how
probably.
like good she looks, but there's a lot of like, look at that eyelid. Look at all those wrinkles just waiting to like just like look at that.
Yeah.
Her right eye. Well,
10
our left.
years. Well, I mean, I said if she wins, she'll probably age
She's
15
always
or
like-
20 years in the next 4. Her life is straight up. She will be a decrepit husk at the end of
Yeah,
a
this-
single term. She will age unbelievably fast.
She's not exactly in peak form. Right.
A football team that was winless.
Yes.
And you came in, and so they were clearly the underdogs.
And it's
What
Her right
happened?
eye's trying to leave her
I had
face.
some great coaches with me, and we were friends, and we buckled down. And look, I was a fairly big school, but nobody wanted to play because they hadn't
Yeah.
won. And this group of coaches said, first and foremost, we gotta build the team. We gotta go out and find people. So we invited them in. And I'll be honest, the first year we did not score a touchdown until the last game of the year.
It's the most boring story I've ever heard.
My high score until the final game was my
It's
defensive
the most
tackle, 'cause we got a
irrelevant.
safety in one game. 2 years later, those kids won a state championship. That school has won several more since then.
People eat it
Look,
up,
you
though,
build
because they
culture.
think
You
it's
build
like
winning.
right.
People
normal,
want to
but
be
it's-
part of it.
What does that have to do with
And,
anything?
That's the
It doesn't.
excitement.
What does it
That's
have
the
to do with
excitement.
them
What does that have to do with
being vice
tacos,
president?
music, or the future of America?
Our campaign is the underdog campaign.
Oh, yeah.
And
Oh,
with
gosh,
our
there it is.
joy,
We're the
we
underdog
also have to
campaign.
understand that we're still up against some forces
Yes.
that are trying to divide our country. It pains me the kind
shut
of
up.
division
pains
and
me.
the stoking of divisions that has taken place,
Yes.
right? And when we can remind
I'm waiting for her to
people and
burst out
create a
laughing. It's coming.
space for everyone to come where they
It's
see each
coming.
other
Here
and
comes the big
appreciate.
laugh.
You know, we're
It's
all in this
coming.
together.
It almost feels like
Oh,
everybody's
I
coming
think
out
they
of
cut
their house
before you
after
got to see it.
blizzard and, you know,
Here
Minnesota
comes-
reference, and you shovel out, and then you start
She's
talking to
laughing a
your neighbors.
little
How
bit.
was it the last couple days or whatever it might be? They're re-energizing, and they're looking for their neighbors. We keep saying, you
That's
keep
right.
talking
I'll be honest, I have
about
no idea what he's
the
talking
promise
about.
of America, and
Maybe I
and
wasn't
say,
paying
take care of your
attention.
neighbor.
In the face of a stranger.
To be fair, I don't think Kamala Harris.
She has
knows
no
what
idea
he's
either.
talking
She's like,
about. She's like, nodding
she's like,
her
yes,
head.
yes, yes.
And
She's like, I
she keeps
completely
giving,
understand
like,
you.
He keeps talking. He's ranting like someone who's able to see ghosts. And she's
I saw the
giving.
ghost there in the room, and I thought that is definitely a ghost. So I went in to investigate, and the ghost was standing there,
And she's
staring
like-
at me, and we
then
thought
she
this
says,
is the end.
Ghosts are white.
Ghosts are transparent. Translucent is when you can't see through it.
When you're looking in the face of a stranger, you should see a neighbor, right?
Yeah. I'm
I don't know about
bragging
that.
on this when you talk about, look, a girl
That is stranger.
Oh, I guess this is the socialism part.
Oh, this is, all right, socialism.
from Oakland, California, a guy from
What the
out
heck?
Nebraska.
What was that? Rewind that. Rewind that.
A girl from Oakland, California. A guy from out
That's
Nebraska.
what that was.
Wait, what did he say
You
that-
should see a neighbor.
Yeah, what made her do
Yeah.
that?
I'm about crying on this when you talk about, look, a girl from Oakland, California, a guy from out in Nebraska.
Right.
On
Did
there.
he-
A girl
Wait,
from
hang on,
Oakland.
I didn't even
I
hear what
heard
he
it. It
said.
just didn't make sense. Go ahead, play it again. You,
Sir, I'm
you
looking
definitely
at
heard-
her reaction.
You
and
definitely
I'm like listening
yeah,
for
I know.
something.
Face of a
Let's see what's so
stranger, you should
funny,
see a neighbor.
Kamala. What's so
Right?
funny?
Yeah. I'm about crying on this when you talk about, look, a girl from Oakland, California, a guy from out in Nebraska
Right.
on there. And the number
Nobody
of
knows
people
what she
I
was
watch
smiling
just
about.
kind of nod and break into a smile.
That was
is
literally her.
exploiting the differences. It can't last.
Nod
I
and
talk
break
about
into
it
a
being
smile.
halftime in America. We're a touchdown down because a lot of folks, it's easier to tear things down. It's
Yeah.
easier to divide than it is to build. But once you start that momentum, once we come out and where we're at right now.
Which side's tearing
People
things
wanna be part
down?
of
It doesn't even make like you realize it's your side that's tearing stuff down. It's not like people just want to tear stuff down, and divide.
Figuratively and literally.
It's like it's literally-
His side's
it's-
the one that likes to burn down buildings.
It's like just tear down statues, burn down buildings, destroy everything. It's like there's people who want to tear stuff down, divide. Oh, it's like totally insinuating that it's like Trump supporters or something. It's like,
Yeah.
this division, the people who want to tear stuff down. Anyways, tear stuff down.
If they're gonna go based on anything, they're probably only gonna, bring out January 6th as like their evidence.
Yeah, but nothing got torn down.
Things got a little vandalized, but even then, it's still nowhere near as bad as the riots of 2020. Not even close, actually.
It wasn't like they were like, let's tear down these walls and statues and whatever we can. It was just sort of like a big mess.
Most of them were let in.
Yeah, it's like, okay.
Anyways, here's the thing. They don't technically have anything to run on if there isn't division for Democrats. Like, Trump's trying to run on.
How can they be the party of unity if nobody's divided?
Yeah, exactly. Trump's trying to. He pushes mostly for jobs. That's like his number one thing is jobs, make money. Okay. They try to push for stopping and destroying MAGA. Like their whole agenda is based around killing something, that and babies.
killing something, maybe babies.
And letting
Maybe
it,
old
and
people.
letting in tons of immigrants, which is only going to sow more chaos, and they know it. It's like you don't need to be that smart to realize what's going on.
There's something that's winning. They want to be part of something that's good, and they want to be part of something that everybody can be a part of. And I kind of like the idea of being a little bit behind.
Well, I'm looking at Coach Walz.
I like
right
the
now.
idea of being behind.
I'm looking at Coach Walz.
Did you always know?
That was like their photographic proof. Like, look, he was a coach.
My parents met when they were active in the civil rights movement. Now, I grew up around a bunch of people
Why is it that
were,
creepy stare that I-
marching and shouting for justice. And some of the heroes of that movement were the lawyers, Thurgood Marshall, right? They understood how to translate the passion from the streets to the courtrooms of our country. And they believed in the Constitution of the United States and the principles upon which it was founded. And that's where they then, in the courts of America, reminded us of the promise, right? And the ideals of our country, including equality, freedom, right? That's why I went to law school.
I
The
don't.
other
He's like,
reason
that's your
is
point.
when I was in high
Nobody
school,
knows what
my
she's
best
talking
friend I
about.
learned was being molested by her stepfather. And when I realized what was happening,
What was that?
I told her, "You have to come with us." I told my
Hold on,
mom.
I gotta pause it. What was that? Molested by her stepfather. They should not have kept that in. That was a bad idea. So basically, she tells this really confusing story about the Constitution, ends it on a really, that she didn't end it, but then she brings up like some tragic thing, and then he's just like,
Okay, wait, let's say 7:52.
My best friend, I learned, was being molested by her stepfather. And when I realized what was happening, I told her, "You have to come live with us." I called my mom. You know, I have to tell
He's
you, too,
getting
it was
bored.
the first time that I
getting sick of the story.
realized how not everyone can take their safety for granted.
Yeah.
I don't know what
And
she's talking about still.
We should all feel as a sense of responsibility to protect people from harm.
Yeah.
So
She's talking about government control.
I guess. She was
Like,
like, my
people-
parents, well, she starts with my parents were in the civil rights movement, and then she talks about, and I learned to believe in the Constitution, then I went to law school, and then my friend I learned, and then, I don't know, now we're here at this photo of her, I guess, if that's her.
that's why I decided I want to be a prosecutor.
Wow.
And
Why is she an
as
empty
a
room?
prosecutor, I prosecuted homicide cases, I
re-
prosecuted a number of different types of cases, but I specialized in child sexual assault cases. And
did.
one
Did
of
she-
the things I did was create a whole unit dedicated to focusing on children who are being abused and to ensure that they have dignity in the process and justice.
Which is interesting that she says that talking to the guy who's putting female products in boys' bathrooms.
Yeah, it's like a bad look for both of them. I don't know. This is like really weird. She's like
So
trying to
she's
like,
coming off as very
so as a
hypocritical
prosecutor,
here.
and all I did was good. It's like, it's very, I don't know, very
'Cause
strange.
we know that's like not true.
It's like considering all the other stuff she did as a prosecutor, if this is even true, because honestly, like I don't even know anymore. It's all just such nonsense at this point. They've said so much nonsense, I don't even know what's real anymore. I just assume it's all nonsense. Man, her hands are veiny. But yeah, I don't know.
At last minute, 8:44.
There's so much work that we still have to do to make sure that children have a voice.
For me,
Oh,
that's kind of
that's
the
what
thing.
this is
Get in
about.
As a teacher,
Oh,
it's
no.
about the kids and wherever you teach.
Right.
Once I had
It's
my
about
own
the
children,
kids.
it became so clear to me, and I think it made me a really good teacher.
Yeah.
This is
That
creepy.
child who came through the door was somebody's most special thing in their life.
Absolutely.
And I just couldn't wait to
Parent
end
dressing
it.
their little one up and sending them off to school.
Dressing
so
up as
proud of
what?
them. I wanted to come through that door and just lift them up. That sense of service.
And
It's
it's
interesting.
great.
Two different
Right.
parts of the country.
This is like
two
creepy
different
when you
lived
know who they
experiences,
are.
But all coming.
Yeah.
This whole like, the children need to have a voice, and I just want to see them dressed up and
Jeez, look at her
being
lips.
children. Yeah, her lips are so tight. She's trying not to be like, she wants to bite him because she's a vampire or a vampire.
Be that same goal of everybody
Yeah.
getting a fair shot.
Well, I have to tell you, Tim, even though you and I grew up in different parts of the country, you remind me of the people I grew up with. Hardworking folks, plain speaking,
Yeah.
people who know the difference between right and wrong,
Yep.
and care, love thy neighbor
Yeah.
in the most authentic and true way,
Yeah.
those are the folks I grew up with, and I know that's who you are, and I'm so glad we're doing this together.
proud to be
This
with
feels
you.
so fake.
Well, maybe she's referencing when
We are recording, so anybody who stands behind us will be seen by millions of people.
maybe they're referencing one person's socialism is another person's neighborhood.
I know, that's like what pops in my head. That's why it feels so creepy, because it's like, when you think of everything they've already done and said, this is like really off-putting.
Let's go back to 9.
Folks I grew up with, and I know that's who you are, and I'm so glad we're doing this
I'm
together.
proud to be with you.
Oh no, they ended on a cringe smile. But yeah, that was very, I don't know. The whole thing felt so fake. It doesn't feel
Oh,
right.
look at some of these comments. Teared up when Walz started talking about how he'd imagine every child is the most important thing in someone's life. So much humanity in both.
It's
of
like
them.
so much the most important thing in someone's life. Like, not their parents, though. Just someone. Someone who might have a better idea for their future. Great video. Super authentic, real people having a real talk about whatever. How white people don't like flavor, I guess, in their tacos or something.
I haven't felt this kind of hopeful excitement around me politically since
Gosh.
Obama.
Hopeful excitement. More like queer. This is just so like, I don't know, it's so fake. It doesn't feel like authentic in the slightest. It's so, we care so much about the children. It's every like stereotypical, like, it's about the kids. Oh man, it's about the community. It's about the neighbor, man. You gotta love thy neighbor. Yeah, I guess that's probably it, right?
Yep. All right.
Cool. Great job, Kamala. Proud of you. Hashtag relatable. Hashtag greatest politician of our lifetime. Hashtag just awesome. Guys, if you want to like the video, you can do that. Or, this is maybe a Kamala Harris point, like, people can like the video if they press the like button on the video. And they can like it. I don't know.
And she'll.
I recommend everybody to totally review bomb that video. If this gets 1 million views, I want everybody to go dislike that video and show how little support you have for Kamala Harris. But do it with love.
Do with love.
Love and peace, fellas. Remember, this is about love and peace. And apparently how white people don't like flavor, I guess. I don't know. I don't really know what that video was about still.
It was just total nonsense.
It's just a bunch of gobbledygook.